AC/DC Night Prowler. Okay, let's play it through all the different sections for you right off the top. Just jam through it. After I go through it all, I'll start from the beginning again, give you a little more explanation, some guidance if you need some details with it. Before we get into the song, please help out the channel, hit the subscription button, be greatly appreciated. It'd be really cool of you. Alright, so let's get on to Night Prowler by AC/DC. Alright, the intro, this is more or less kind of what's going on for like the chorus and everything. Of course, adds minor details, but for this initial intro here, we're just going to bounce between some chords. Start with the open A power chord here, alright, and finish the measure with just a D power chord. Okay, so. Okay, just a couple beats each, kind of a slow count there. Okay, next measure, we'll do part of a C chord, just do the A string, D, and the G string there, the 3rd fret A, 2nd on the D, open G. Hit that a couple counts, and then we'll go back and hit that D power chord again for a couple counts. Okay, and basically we repeat those first two measures again, and then we hold for a moment, and then we add our little pickup notes that happen quite often in the song here. All right, so just a special note though, on that final measure, when we hit that last C, you can like strum it a couple times. Okay, just a subtle detail if you want to throw it in there. So at the very end, we add our little pickup notes, open E to 3, and then open A to 3 on the A. All right, now we'd kind of restart the whole thing, and that's when everybody comes in. But you'll see here in the next section, it kind of switches a little bit as far as the composition. So let's just play through this whole intro section up to tempo so you can hear it. Alright, so once everybody comes in and you know that solo gets going, all that stuff, as far as like the chordage going on, like I said, it's still kind of that A to D, C to D, kind of funny, almost matches the band name. Okay, so start with the A, then we do our D, alright, and now once we do the C in this main riff and the chorus, we kind of pick through it a little more. Alright, so just hit like the C chord, all right, but we're gonna hit like the A string, D, G, B string, kind of arpeggiate. Okay, just pick down through it a little bit, and then just come right back and hit that D chord. And now we put our little pickup notes at the end of every second measure. Okay, instead of repeating the chords again, then doing it. Alright, so just a slight change here and there. The song's all about subtlety, small little differences. Alright, so we'll play through this chorus progression, main riff here, all up to speed. Alright, and for this intro solo that happens here, throughout all these solos in the song, it's just all about these like slow bends and vibratos going on. Okay, so we'll start here at the 8 on the B. Like I said, just a slow bend and just give it some vibrato at the top of it there. Okay, and then we'll hit it at the peak and then release it. Come off to 5B, and then just come right back to that 8B and just give it another slow bend. Okay, then we'll do a similar thing again. Hit it at the top of the bend, release it, come off to the 5B, but now we're going to come up to 7 on the G and give that a real slow bend. Alright, and once we get that slow bend all the way to like the peak, hit a 5 on the E under it, and then give that 7 a release. Okay, come off to 5G. Alright, now we're going to come all the way up here, and we're going to get some of this whammy bar vibrato tremolo arm into play here. Okay, so we'll come all the way up here, and we're going to bend 12 on the G, give that a nice bend. Okay, and now we come off to 9G, we hit that 9, and then we do a dip on the whammy bar tremolo arm. Okay. All right, and then we'll let the bar come back, and then we hit 10 on the D. And that's kind of this little riff here, that 12 bend on the G, dip at the 9G, and then 10 on the D. We're going to repeat that a couple times faster. Alright, so. Okay, so it looks something like this while you're bending it. Alright, so kind of a technique going on there. It's real fun to play once you get it. And after we get through that a couple times, then we come up high and we do it essentially in a different spot. Okay, then we do bend at 13 of the B. All right. Then we do our dip at the 9 of the B, and then just come off to a 5 on the B, okay? Okay, once we get to the verse, we kind of simplify the chords a little bit, add a new one in there. All right, so the first half of this initial verse, it's just real mellow, real simplified. Okay, so we'll just hit basically an A power chord, but you want to be a little bit mellow, kind of subtle with it. Okay, and then we hit our D power chord under that. Okay, and now we're going to add something new. It's a D suspended 4, which basically we just hit that with an open D and an open G. Okay. All right, and then just finish that on the D power chord. Okay, and you want to go through those two measures about 8 times. All right, and after that, we add our little pickup notes there, the open 3 on the E and the A. All right, and now, you know, you can be a little bit louder with the chords, and when we do the A, we hit the A, all right, and then we just add this little bit where we hit it one more time just before we get to that D chord. Okay, it's just a small thing, and then, well, of course, we do our D suspended 4 with the open G and D. Okay, and back to the D power chord. All right, so that second section, you want to go through that about 4 times. All right, so let's hear this all together now, and I'll abbreviate the initial section there. Alright, first solo here, get our bends going again. We'll be at the 7 on the G, okay, just nice slow bend with vibrato. And then, you know, once you get to the top of it, hit it a few times, release it, come off to the 5G, and then we'll do 7 on the D. Okay, from there we come up to 8 on the B. Nice slow bend there, and then we'll just bend it again, release it, and then bend it again, slide out. Okay. From there, we go to a bend at 5G, nice slow bend, and with this one, we're going to do this real quick kind of bend release, all right? And it's we're going to crank that out about half a dozen times, so it'd be something like. Okay, and after about, you know, half a dozen of those bend releases, then we come up to 7G and just give that a nice slow bend. Okay. And after that, we'll do a little bit of a scale. We go 5E, 5B, do a bend on 5G, and then a bend at 8 on the B, and then give it another bend after that. Okay, and that happens a little bit quicker, so something like. All right. After that, we just come all the way up here at 13 on the B, and just give that about 3 bends. once the second verse comes along, it switches up a little bit again. The chords are pretty much the same. It's kind of more like that second half style of the first, but we're getting a little busier with it. It's more kind of like on that blues shuffle kind of beat. So we hit the A, and then a couple times closer together. Okay, and we do a couple of D's, power chords. Okay, 2 sets of them, ba-bop, ba-bop. Okay, it's more like that blues vibe, okay? And then we do our D suspended 4s, same style. 2, hold a moment, 2. Alright, and then just come back to the D's. 2 sets. Okay, and then of course we finish it with our open 3 scale. Alright, so try it up the speed here for you, let you get the feel of it. Alright, final solo here. Start off with a slow bend at 7 again, and then we'll do our about half dozen bend release right there, and then just come right back and bend that 7 again. Okay. Do our 5E, 5B, bend the 8 on the B, bend it again, and then slide it out. Then we do this really quick little scale down. Alright, where we're going to bend 8 on the E, release it, come off to 5. Alright, and then quickly we're going to go 5, 8, 5B, 5, 7, 5, 7 on the G, and bend that last 7, and then bend the 5 to a slow bend. So slowly it'd be something like... Okay. Next section, do that same slow bend at 7G with the bend release half a dozen times. And with this, you can even drag it out even more with those bend releases. It goes on for a little bit. Okay, then we do a pick scrape. Okay, arbitrary pick scrape there. We'll bend 8 on the B. Okay, and then there's this funky bit here where we kind of do that scale down, where we go 5, 8, 5 on the E, 5, 8, 5 B, 5, 7, 5 on the G, just a quick little pentatonic like scale down. And while that's happening, we're also pick scraping on the lower strings. It's just kind of a big noisy little burst that happens right there. Okay, so just real funky kind of section there. After that, we drop down to 2 on the G here, and we do some bend releases there. Okay, a bunch of them. Okay, and then following that, we kind of match the rhythm chords. Just hit a couple of C's, and then a D. Okay. Next section will be at 5 on the G. Give that a couple of bends and then a bunch of bend releases, and then finish it with a slow bend at that 5 and then release. Alright, come up to 7G, give that a bend. 5E, 5B, bend 8B. Okay, give it 3 more bends. Do our big scale down with the 585E, 585B, 5757G, bend that 7, release off to 5G, 7D, 5 on the D, and then just do a arbitrary slide up and out on the G. Okay. Alright, and then we cap it all off by coming way high here. We go 15 on the high E, just give that 3 bends. Alright, and then all the way up here at 20, give that 3 bends. Alright, and just a special note at the end, you know, we keep going through our normal kind of chorus progression, and at the very end, when we get to that final C, we just kind of ride that C for a full measure, right? And you kind of give it like a few sets of like triplets there, like a 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. All right, and then we switch to the D, and we do the same thing there. All right, and then we just finish on a power chord. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.